When 18-year-old Manav enrolled for a cutting-edge tech program, he thought it was designed for the future. And it wasn't just the marketing that convinced him, it was the promise. A 4-year BTech like course in computer science and artificial intelligence with no unnecessary subjects and plenty of real world skills. The kind of education that would make him quote unquote industry ready. This was Physics Wallah's brand new initiative, the Physics Wallah Institute of Innovation. And he wasn't the only one sold on that dream. The program was pitched as an alternative to the tough IIT route that did not compromise on quality or career prospects. It even came with a scholarship, a residential campus in Bangalore, and a shot at a good job after graduation. On paper, it looked like the perfect deal. But less than 2 years and 4 lakh rupees later, Manav had to walk away. He had spent more than a year juggling a confusing mix of courses, trying to keep up with a changing curriculum and struggling through administrative chaos. Even basic things like internships, placement support, and faculty consistency did not materialize the way they were advertised. Manav was not the only one who felt that way. There were more than 30 other students from his batch who gave up as well. So, for a company like Physics Wallah, known for making quality education affordable, this was a far cry from its coaching roots. And yet, it is all a part of something bigger. Physics Wallah, you see, is not just running an institute. It is preparing for the stock market. And this new program is a part of that story. Welcome to Daybreak, a business podcast from the Ken. I'm your host Nigdha Sharma, and I don't chase the news cycle. Instead, every day of the week, my colleague Rahil Philippos and I will come to you with one business story that is worth understanding and worth your time. Today is Monday, the 12th of May. Alright, let's go back in time a little bit. Physics Wallah started back in 2016 as a YouTube channel offering affordable coaching for engineering entrance exams. And in a sea of high-priced giants like Allen and Byju's, it was a breath of fresh air. 5,000 rupees for a year of quality coaching, that was a game changer. So when the company launched the Physics Wallah Institute of Innovation, or Physics Wallah IOI, students like Manav were hopeful. The promise was a 4-year hands-on program in tech and AI. No JEE, no problem. Real-world skills, strong placement support, and no unnecessary subjects like physics or chemistry. They were told it was just as good as the IITs. But things fell apart quickly. First was the confusion with the degree itself. Students were not actually getting a BTech from Physics Wallah IOI. Instead, they were being pushed to enroll into an online BSc from IIT Guwahati. Later, this changed to other names like Manipal, BITS Pilani, IIT Madras. And now it is Medhavi Skill University, a little-known institution in Sikkim. Oh, and all these changes came with extra fees. Now, this meant juggling 2 courses, in-person technical classes from Physics Wallah IOI and online BSc lectures from the partner university. Timelines clashed and curriculums changed, and nobody really knew who was accountable. From Manav's batch of 132 students, at least 12 dropped out of the tech program. Another 19 walked away from the business track. That is more than 30 students in a single year. One student who spoke to my colleague, the Ken reporter Supratanupam, put it quite simply. They said, it felt like we were asked to have superhuman skills just to keep up. Big names who appeared in promotional videos as instructors of the program never taught a single class. Some had already resigned. The leadership changed 3 times in just 1 year, and the curriculum changed 4 times. And it wasn't just the chaos in the classroom. There were cool looking videos on Instagram showing off a sprawling campus in Bangalore. But the students told Suprit that reality was just one or two floors of a larger building. Many of those flashy social media posts were quietly deleted later. And the final straw? All 132 students in the tech program failed multiple BSc papers in late 2023. They hadn't been prepared. They hadn't even known what to study. Manav had paid 4 lakh rupees by then, and that is when he decided to walk away. In 2024, which was last year, students went on a strike. Physics Wallah co-founders visited the Bangalore campus and promised change. Monthly check-ins, long-term fixes, but none of it materialized. Meanwhile, Physics Wallah marched forward, adding new partner universities, launching a new batch, and planning campuses in Noida, Pune, and Lucknow. So, what was really going on? Stay tuned to find out.
Hi, this is Rohin Dharmakumar, also from the Ken. Sorry for interrupting your daily date with Daybreak. I just wanted to take a moment of your time to tell you that you might like the new episode of First Principles, the leadership podcast I host. A few weeks ago, I flew to Goa to speak with Sahil Barua, the co-founder and CEO of Delivery, the logistics company that went public 2 years ago. In a wonderfully candid conversation, Sahil tracks Delivery's journey, how he and his co-founders built a logistics network in the image of a telecom network, why they moved to Goa, and how he's grown to be a better and calmer founder over the years. Here's a small bit from the episode for you to sample. Do you have any other favorite mental models? We talked about first principles, of course.
So my favorite one is always essentially first for anything new that we're building is first to see how it existing, let's say new businesses, is first to say how does delivery make use of this, become the first large internal customer. And if delivery as a large internal customer is not a feasible customer, then we don't proceed. We did part truckload because we realized the middle mile of our express network was a large part truckload outfit. We did full truckload because we realized that's effectively what we were doing in our mid mile. We did warehousing because we realized our transportation network centers were essentially transit warehouses. And so we built everything as first as a customer.
So in some senses, some version of dog fooding, right? Like, you do consume the insight or the gap comes from your own operations.
Yes.
And you try to consume or
Yes.
solve for that using your own operations first.
That's the most common mental model that we will use as a company, which is how does this get used before you put it into external road testing? How do internal customers use it?
Are there some things that have failed through this filter where internally it didn't work and therefore you never decided to
No, that's the good thing. If you do it in a disciplined fashion, we've never retreated from a business that we've started.
Because you iteratively move on it till you get internal product market fit.
It's never happened. And that's why we'll keep doing it. We learned this from Amazon, to be very clear. It's nothing to do with delivery. We didn't sort of come up with it ourselves. We watched Amazon do this, year after year after year. And we loved the idea that you can practically see everything that Amazon's going to do years in advance of them doing it. And that strategy is clear as day, but you can't do anything about it. It's absolutely sort of, it's an inexorable march towards whatever their end goal is. AWS was a good example. Logistics is a good example. They telegraph it to you. And we like to do the same thing. All our competitors know exactly what we're going to do. And the good thing is, therefore, there's no variance internally. There's no variance with what we're telling anyone.
First Principles is published as both free and premium podcast. The free version airs in 2 parts over 2 weeks, while the premium one is published all at once. The full episode is over 2 hours long. I'd love for you to pick up any version you'd like.
Let's talk business for a bit. Physics Wallah is preparing for a stock market debut. And as we know, IPOs need growth stories. The original business, which was low-cost online coaching, was not growing fast enough. So, spin-offs like Physics Wallah IOI became key to a bigger narrative. Higher fees, new revenue streams, and better margins. In the financial year 2024, the company brought in over 2,000 crore rupees in revenue. But it also posted losses of more than 1,100 crore rupees. This new college model was supposed to turn it all around. But there was a problem. Universities like Medhavi from Sikkim, which Physics Wallah IOI now relies on for degrees, are not household names. They are recognized, sure, but they are not approved by AICTE, which is the body that ensures technical courses meet national standards. And that is a red flag. As one professor put it, you can outsource a module, you can maybe even outsource a semester, but not the whole degree. Other edtech players are doing similar things. Scalo, for example, partners with universities and actually teaches on their campuses. Newton School does the same. But the difference? These universities control the curriculum, faculty, and structure. At Physics Wallah IOI, that is flipped. The startup runs the show and the university provides the paper. From a recruiter's point of view, that matters. Hiring managers still care where the degree comes from. Medhavi Skill University does not ring any bells in interview rooms. Meanwhile, students are paying BTech level fees for a course that looks and feels improvised. The big idea of reinventing technical education is not a bad one. India's mid-tier engineering colleges do struggle to produce job-ready graduates. A skill-first, industry-driven approach could actually really work. But for that, you need a clear structure, consistency, faculty who shows up, a single solid degree, and transparent placement pipelines. Instead, what Physics Wallah IOI has delivered is a workaround. It is a confusing blend of courses, too many changes too soon, and too many promises too fast. So, in 2025, the Institute is trying to simplify things. No more parallel degrees, students will get a BTech from Medhavi directly, but academic experts still worry about the quality and credibility. So, where does this leave things? There is a massive opportunity here. There are millions of students who do not make it to the IITs. And then you have the traditional system that is already broken. There is a serious need for a new model. But innovation needs infrastructure and ambition needs execution. And students, they need more than marketing videos. They need clarity, they need support, and a real education. Physics Wallah wants to revolutionize technical education, but instead, it seems to have stumbled into the very chaos that it was hoping to fix. The question now is not just whether the IPO will succeed. It is whether the students like Manav can find a way forward. Thank you for tuning into this episode, and if you liked it, please do share it and don't forget to subscribe.
Daybreak is produced from the newsroom of The Ken, India's first subscriber-focused business news platform. What you're listening to is just a small sample of our subscriber-only offerings. A full subscription unlocks daily long-form feature stories, newsletters, and podcast extras. To subscribe, head to theken.com and click on the red subscribe button on top of the Ken website. Today's episode was hosted by Snigdha Sharma and edited by Rajiv CN.